So here's the other thing. Yesterday, I jumped on a call with a guy who just joined my mastermind, because in the mastermind you get a one-on-one Zoom call, and he is in New Zealand, and he's like, I want to make money in USA. How do I do? Right? And he wants to do rank and rent. And he was like, how do you find the low-hanging fruit? So I repeated this 100 different times, and I'm going to repeat it again. And I was walking him through this and saying, all I do is I go to homeadvisor.com, right? And I open up the different services. Then I have a list of cities in US by population. I open this up. I literally went down in front of him. I should have recorded it, right? I basically said, go for 100 to 150,000 population city. He said he wanted California. So I'm like, okay, let's find something in California. We found a city called Palmdale. I want to see if we can find it somewhere in the 150 range, Palmdale, right? Then I went to Home Advisor and I said, you can pick anything. And he said he's looked into concrete, right? So I said, yeah, so that's all you do, right? You go here and you say, Palmdale, concrete, contractors, Palmdale, and look what we got. Like literally the lowest hanging fruit, right? No website, 6 reviews right there, right? The top guys are all Yelp, Home Advisor, Angie's List. The number one guy who's ranking is this guy, right? And how many pages does he have? 9 pages, right? So I was just telling him, there's so many low-hanging fruits out there if you just look. And then the second question, which I get all the time, is like, how do I get GMBs? I said, let's forget GMBs for a while. That's what I want to cover today, right? If you can get GMBs, great. But if not, go and put up a website and put up location pages in like a 50-mile radius of all of these cities, right? And you put 10 cities, and each of them gets 1 call a month. That's 10 calls a month for concrete contractor services. I haven't talked about the other services like sidewalk repair, driveway repair, all of that. But even if you can only generate 1 call a month from 1 city, and you got 10 such cities and city pages and all that, that's 10 calls a month, right? And you can easily rent this out. If you get 10 calls a month, you'll get at least 1 or 2 jobs, and that's an easy $4,000 a month, and that's an easy $400 a month for you. Does that make sense? I know, Donald, you have a question. Anyone's got questions on this?
Yeah, is that one website with 10 different location pages?
One website, location pages, that's all. So you don't have to now worry about a GMB, reviews, GMB getting suspended, reviews getting deleted, right? Of course, get GMBs too. I'm not saying don't, but I've been hearing stories of different Facebook groups and masterminds where these GMB gurus are teaching them on crazy stuff that you have to do, go through hoops, bend over backwards to get a GMB up. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that. But if you can make $400 a month from 5 different websites, that's $2,000 a month, you don't have to worry about GMBs getting suspended because the calls are coming into organic, right? So that's what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Saravanan?
Yes.
Hey, so I got a few of those rank and rent sites. We just got a bunch of location pages on a few of them. Generally, I would imagine there's an optimization time, so that as they get indexed,
yes,
it takes time up for those as well to
yes.
rank.
So let's take an example here, right? And I think 𝐼𝐀𝐂𝐄𝐁 is asking a question. What do we include in the location page? All right, great question, right? So let's just go with this now. Don't go for Palmdale and concrete because this guy he's in New Zealand. He's starting this. So there's a million other cities and niches, guys. But I'm just going with this, right, as an example, right? You can put up a website, www. Whether you can pick this as your main site, it doesn't matter. So Palmdale, concrete. You can find like the exact. Let's just go with a different city, right? Let's just go somewhere below here, right? Let's say Hayward, California. Okay. Let's look at this. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Let's put this. Okay. Hayward. This is look at this, right? Again, no website, 13 reviews, 2 reviews. Look at that, right? So now let's just say we can go one of 2 ways. If you want to get a website domain name, you can see if the exact match domain is available. Concrete contractors, Hayward.com. Look at that. $9, $5 for the newcomer, but $9, like $10. The exact. So you can pick this if you want to. right? And buy this domain, or you can keep it as a generic something like www.concretecontractors.com. It doesn't matter, right? Because we are not going after GMBs. And now we go back to the Hayward, California, and we want to find suburbs around it. So here is something else I'll tell you. You can go now to open AI.chat, that is ChatGPT, and say, give me a list of cities around 50-mile radius around Hayward, California. You don't even have to go Google this stuff, and it's going to give you all of this stuff. You see that? All of the cities. Put a city page for each of this, right? Put a city page just like this. You can do it like this, right? Or you can do it like this. It doesn't matter. And the title tag for each of the city page will be concrete contractor, that's city. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Right? And if you, yes, it's going to take some time because you have to, now because you don't have a GMB, you don't need citations. You can put citations, or you can just put social profiles like a page, Facebook page and all that, and just go directly into PBNs. In fact, there's a guy, Magnus. I don't know, some of you may know him. He has a rank and run course. He doesn't teach GMBs. He asked me to teach GMBs in his group, and my GMB training is in his group. But his course mainly is just rank and rent using exact match domain and no GMBs, right? And I'm saying the same thing to you, but the addition is you put the city pages. Yeah, Donald, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you're taking that in mind, if you're not going to do the GMB, and you know that, do any of your classic kind of criteria change, like city size, anything like that? Does anything change that you're looking for when you're just going for the website only, as apart from the GMB and website?
No, if at all, I would just look for more cities you can put up, the better, right? So okay, good question, right? What do you need to look into, right? Literally, you want to find a city that's got, like this one here is a great one, right? I don't know the population of Burlingame, this one, right? So I can just do this and see what the population is. It could be very little, I don't care. It's only 30,000, okay? At the same time, there was a bigger city I think I saw, like San Francisco, right? That population is 800,000. So I'm going to put city pages over here for each of this, okay? So the other one would be, let's just say, okay, this would be San Francisco, okay? Now it's going to take a longer time to rank this page than this page, just because of the competition and the population and all that, right? But you can start running PBNs over here. Here's the other important thing, just on a quick side note, right? Go back to ChatGPT and say, write a 500-word article for my concrete contractor company website. Include keywords like concrete, insured, driveway repair. Just give the keywords. You don't even need a content writer. And look, it's going to give you this. Welcome to your company name, your trusted concrete contractor. You see that? This is crazy. It gives you residential, commercial. You see that? At this, we understand. I mean, it's literally crazy. It's giving you all the freaking keywords, and you can just take this one page. You can add more keywords if you want to, and then you can put it the same text in different city pages. Okay, just change the city name and then start running PBNs. Don't worry about citations, GMB, reviews, nothing. Maybe some social profiles, PBNs. Boom.